Yeah, it's just last at bat before that, made solid contact, so I was just trying to go up there and do the same thing. See some pitches, and he was throwing a lot of like little sliders and stuff, and then he came in, and I was able to be on time and got to it. Luck, I think the wind changed a little bit towards that time, so luckily I was able to get out.
Was that basically inner half? Is that where you were looking?
Yeah, it was a little in. I like to pitch in, so finally got to it.
It's good to get that one just out of the way, the first homer of spring.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's always good, and it was kind of a close game, so it's always good to just kind of help the team. And Brewer hit the homer to go ahead, which was awesome. Just seeing everyone in the dugout smiling and everything. So it's always great to see a guy like that have success.
Have you, I guess, learned anything or had any tweaks with your swing just in this past year, like your first full season, and just seeing some of the higher level pitching?
Yeah, I'm just trying to simplify it as much as possible. Just try to get short and quick as possible, and try to stay in the zone as long as possible. Because these guys, they're throwing 100, they're throwing 92 mile per hour sliders. You just gotta make contact, it'll go. So just try to put the barrel on the ball, and hopefully good things will happen.
How comfortable are you in this stadium? You seem to take that foul area like you've been here for years.
Yeah, so this morning we actually worked on a little pop-up priority, so that goes to the staff. They kind of knew what was coming. That's where you really got to listen to the coaching staff, because they know what's going to happen in the game. They just, I guess, have a feeling. So yeah, we worked on that early work, and then came out to the game, and luckily the sun was just out of the way of the ball and able to go get it.
How much are you at this point really diving into the studying aspect of some of the pitchers? Like Skip was talking about, just the conversations you were having in the dugout with other guys about how the ball is moving and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just figuring out the shapes of the pitches, and so it kind of helps you just get on playing with it, because there's guys that are throwing from different angles, different velocity. So it's just once you get in that batter, we have information on the guys, so just figuring out the shapes of it and stuff, it just makes it a lot easier.
Is that something that you focus more on recently? Has that always been something that's been a focus of yours?
Yeah, a little bit. I just kind of more focus on just what are they throwing, and once you have the information on what they're throwing, it helps you. So you're just not kind of just going up there, but also just watching like them in warm-ups, just seeing what they're doing at bats before, watching like a guy kind of like yourself, what they're doing to them maybe might help. Might be the same way they pitch to you. So just kind of watching the game is a big thing too.
Yeah.
Did you think about hugging your knee like Brewer did?
No, I didn't. I asked if I get one more at bat after that though, but he said no. But that was awesome, just seeing him do that, because Brewer actually thought he didn't know if he was going to get that at bat, and then he did. So it was awesome.
Yes, Patrick Mahomes tweeting about you again.
Oh really? I haven't really checked. He's the man. It's cool. Yeah, no problem.
He did. Actually, the guy standing around us after he fouled off and got a little deeper in the count said he's seen a lot of pitches. This is probably going to get hit hard. He does do a nice job of really studying through each pitch, and he's not just up there hacking. He's got a plan, and then just listening to him come back and talk about what he's seen, kind of how the pitch reacts compared to how he anticipated it to. He's studying, and it makes fun conversations for the veteran guys, so they can prep them. Hey, this is something that you might want to keep your eyes open for. But just a student of the game, it's good to see a couple good at bats.
How do you think Zerpa did today?
I thought he was great. He's probably one of those paces to throw an 84 pitch complete game. Just a good rhythm, and just for a guy as young as he is, to be able to get to those 3-0 counts and all of a sudden say, I want to trust my defense, it's hard to do. We talk about it a lot. To get out there and do it is another thing. And he trusts himself and not afraid to pitch to contact, and realize that good things happen in a bigger park and with a good defense. It's something, I'm just going to keep preaching the same thing, but I thought he did a really nice job.
Skip, that you were talking about with Bobby and so those conversations, how much of that, if any of that, is something that you're noticing this year that you maybe didn't last year, or was it there last year as well?
Yeah, same thing. He's pretty advanced how he thinks about the game. But we had a number of guys take really good at-bats today. Witt Merrifield kind of setting the tempo, and Bobby Doge had a real nice day. It's good to see his swing path going to where it is towards the middle of the field. Mondi seeing the open field with the bunt, that's something that a lot of times we're trying to get him to force him to do, but just realizing that it's a base hit all day long. Michael Taylor putting together a really good at-bat to get the sacrifice flying, and then the young guys coming through again. Happy for Hicklin. He was pretty excited, rightfully so. I don't do that on a major league field very often. So just a lot of good things on the offensive side, and good defense too. Pop up down the line, a couple nice turns up the middle. Michael having a couple sun balls here already. This is a tough field. It's tough. Arizona sun. He's made it look a lot easier for a guy who's had all of his spring trainings in Florida. For him to handle the Arizona sun like he has, it's been really impressive. Good defense.
And what did you see with your pitchers aside from Zerpa, the rest of the guys on the mound today?
Yeah, I thought Heasley wasn't quite as sharp as he normally is. He's having trouble getting the ball down. It was just sailing on him, and then his changeup wasn't going to be as effective, and that's really what got him, was a changeup that was left up in the zone, but he hadn't really made the guys think about the downhill tilt that he has on his fastball. Cox, to me, was really good, kind of a continuation of what we were watching with Zerpa, but another guy, changeup was plus, used the breaking ball for stealing the strikes, and wasn't afraid to challenge hitters. Brent stood out to me, and Brent and Barlow were both really good. Josh didn't feel quite as comfortable as he wanted to, and is quite as good as what we've seen in the pens. He's been electric, and that's going to click. But those are probably some of the best pitches we've seen from Jake. He's mixing up his repertoire a little bit and trying to use more of the plate. He had very, very close misses, and Scott looked like Scott. So overall, really happy with what the pen did.
Does it feel like there's a deception element with Zerpa's delivery at all?
He just, it's a really good mix. He locates as well as just about anybody. And so when he's able to make that, and there has to be some deception because you're seeing 90, 91 kind of blow past guys, but he's putting it right where he wants you. He's able to elevate inside on the hands, and then it makes the backdoor breaking ball makes the change up much better. He's down and away. He elevates when he wants to. All of those are things that you don't necessarily see from a young pitcher. What we watched last year, kind of, so put him on everybody's map, was kind of going different spots with different speeds. He was able to do different things with his breaking ball too. He's just got a good feel, and he doesn't overthrow. And trying to teach a young pitcher that in the era of everybody reaching back and throwing as hard as they can and trying to figure out better spin and better velocity, he's an old school. I'm going to make quality pitches, and I'm going to change speeds, and you're never going to know what pitch is coming because I can throw any pitch in any count. That was my favorite kind of pitcher to catch. I mean, you're just going off of memory, and you're subconsciously or consciously speeding guys up, slowing them down, and you're just kind of playing the cat and mouse game. And he does that very well for as little experience as he has.
You talked about his demeanor last year when he came up. He seems to be just as confident here now. I mean, just talking to him today. You seen that as well?
Yeah, I think that's who he is. Yeah, I mean, I walk over and check him for a heartbeat every once in a while. I mean, he's just really, he's calm. And I think there's a toughness in there, but we're still learning him. But everything we've seen so far is pointing in the direction of this guy really knows what he's doing, and it's going to be fun to continue to watch him.
¿Cómo te sentiste allá afuera?
Me sentí muy bien, gracias a Dios tuve la confianza, me sentí con más confianza esta vez y pude hacer lo que yo quería, pues, tirar los piches donde yo quería.
I felt really good. Thanks to God for having the opportunity to throw the pitches where he wanted to throw them and execute.
What was the main focus of your offseason this year?
¿Cuál fue en qué te concentraste más durante la temporada muerta?
Practicar un poquito más los segundos picheos y confiar en mí mismo.
More confidence on his secondary pitches and learn just to trust himself out there.
Was there any particular thing you were looking for going into this outing today, just the first spring training outing?
¿Hay algo en particular que estabas buscando hoy en la primera salida de sprint training?
Sí, estaba practicando algo que estuvieron hablando conmigo, subieron un poquito más el brazo para tener mejor comando en los picheos.
Yeah, main focus was to practice what pitching coaches have been telling him, which is arm angle and get on top of the pitches and throw the way he wanted to throw 'em.
How amped were you early on?
I'm sorry?
How pumped was he early on?
¿Qué tan emocionado estabas empezando?
Estaba muy emocionado porque tuve, o sea, desde que salí de aquí tenía como un plan ya para lanzar contra Oakland. Estuve viendo algunos videos de ellos y, o sea, sabía lo que iba a hacer cuando salí de aquí.
He was very excited. He's been looking at it for a couple days, and he had a plan. Watched videos and prepared before going out there.
Do you throw a 4-seam and a sink and a 2-seam, or is it just sinker, slider, changeup?
¿Tú tiras una 4 costuras y un sinker o es en 4 costuras?
Tengo los dos, sinker y 4 costuras.
Yeah, throws both.
Both,
yeah.
Okay.
I know you only made one start in the big leagues last year, but what did you learn from that, and how can you build off of just that short time?
Tuviste una salida el año pasado en Grandes Ligas. ¿Qué aprendiste de eso y qué utilizaste para llevarte al futuro con eso?
Bueno, más que todo me llevé de los consejos que me dieron aquí y aprendí que, o sea, allá arriba no se puede equivocar los picheos, tienes que tirarlo donde quieres y no buscar la manera de equivocarte nunca allá arriba.
First off, you just have to take in the advice that you get from all the people around here, all the players, and secondary, you can't make mistakes in the big league. So once you make mistakes, you usually it doesn't go well, and just learning to locate the pitches and be consistent.
Did you come into camp with any expectations or goals this season?
¿Tú llegaste al campamento con expectativas o metas que quieres cumplir este año?
Sí, la meta es quedarnos en Grandes Ligas desde el principio.
Goal is to make the roster from the go.
Did you go back home to Venezuela this offseason? And if so, where did you work out?
¿Tuviste la oportunidad de irte para tu casa en la temporada muerta? Y si estuviste allá, ¿en dónde trabajaste?
Sí, estuve en Venezuela con la familia y estuve practicando en una academia donde están practicando los hermanos míos y tengo buena confianza con ellos y ahí es donde estuve practicando. Me mantuve.
Yeah, I had the chance to go to Venezuela, spend time with his family, and he practiced with his in an academy that his brothers run, and has the chance to be with them all the time.
How long have your brothers done that?
¿Cuánto tiempo tienen tus hermanos con la academia?
Este es el primer año, ¿verdad?
First year that they got the chance to do it.
And then you said that had to listen to other guys in here and what they had to say. I mean, who have you leaned on and what have they provided for you?
Dijiste en la otra pregunta que tenías que escuchar a lo que dicen los demás, el consejo que te han dado aquí. ¿A qué persona escuchas y cuál es uno de tus?
Más que todo a las personas que ya tienen tiempo así bastante, o sea, tienen ya mucho tiempo ya en Grandes Ligas y uno aprende de ellos porque ellos ya han pasado por esas situaciones y todo eso. Y una de las personas esa que he escuchado, o sea, a Salvador, he escuchado también a Carlos, no tiene mucho tiempo, pero también aprendió mucho. Y algunos, los pichincó que han hablado conmigo.
You have to listen to everybody that has a lot of time, to trust their advice, and main ones are Salvi, has gotten a chance to talk to him a lot, and Carlos doesn't have a lot of time, but he takes the time with him to explain things and go through it with him.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.